Okay, hold on a second. What is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another review for you guys today. For Dēto Live, Season 4. I don't know what, because I'm like messing up. I'm starting to think like, because I'm reviewing like Shield Hero, so I'm like, in my head I was going to say Season 2, but no. Season 4, Episode 4, right off the bat, that beginning with their homeroom teacher was hilarious. Like, number one, she's still pissed off that she hasn't found anybody getting married. Hilarious. And which is the biggest reveal of the episode was that girl who always says that's so lame actually said another word, sir. Hello? No, but seriously, this episode was straight fire, absolute fire. And seeing the flashback of what Nia said to everybody, that like spirits were once human, right, and whatnot, and it was very interesting to see like, oh, maybe that like they actually weren't and stuff, because she was also talking about how like because Shido brought part of her back, Beelzebub and Raziel are both incomplete, because like she still has some of her spirit power. She can actually still use Raziel, but it's not really going to show her anything just because of how incomplete it is, because she has a tiny fragment, while Westcott actually has the majority of it in Beelzebub. But at the same time, Beelzebub still doesn't have everything. It doesn't know everything or have everything, because that shard of Raziel is still with Nia in her. So that was very cool, and that was very interesting. So she doesn't completely exactly know to look up again of like the spirit of origin, because she also stated that like that it's extremely rare for like the spirit of origin and stuff, like not that it's rare, but like you can't really find out anything about her, about the spirit of origin, which is very interesting. So like that whole thing, and her talking to them, but also like their homeroom teacher was just absolutely hilarious. It was so funny. And then and her saying that like, which starts off like the meat of the story, was when she states that like if a demon like came and asked like, if I want to exchange my soul for it or whatever, I would have asteroids fall on Japan, right? And things like that. So then the moment she says that shit, an asteroid falls, and we're getting the space spirit. We're getting Mukuro, which, let's start off talking about her. Her design is gorgeous. She, like, I love the voice actress, and I love the accent that she has. She says Najo, like she has that like Jo kind of like accent, Japanese accent, which is really funny, or not really fun, but like really, really cute. And she talks about herself in third person, which is also really funny. She's like, Muku doesn't like this, Muku does whatever she wants, things like that, and which was like really funny. And can I say, her angel, Michael, insane. Like, she can lock things and seal off anything, any ability, anywhere. Like anything that she touches, she can lock the abilities and stuff and shut them off and everything. Like that's broken, number one. And also her other ability where she can just stick like the key that she has, which is her spirit's Michael, which is like, I expected like some spirit to have Michael's name in it, because obviously we got Gabriel, that is Miku's and whatnot, and like angels like names and stuff. You would expect like Gabriel and Michael, like the most common ones, to actually have angels in this show, because angels are a very prominent thing in the series. So it's like we finally got to see that, which was very interesting. And like her name being like a code name being Zodiac, which is so cool. I love the name of it. I love her design. I love like her voice. I love like the abilities that she has. Pretty much she can open open and close doors. Like it's like locking things and opening things, because she uses those portals to, like, when DEM found out about her, using like all the weaponry that they have, couldn't do anything to her. She straight up destroyed those ships like it was literally nothing. And when she was talking to Shido, saying that, like, oh, you meant, like, Shido was like, what if DEM comes back after you? And she's like, oh, that scrap metal. I'm like, bro, like, she's a beast. She's a beast. Like she's calling DEM Industries scrap metal. And then she sent all of those down to Earth to, like, pretty much hit all, like, the DEM stuff, like the DEM like industries and things like that. That was insane. That was awesome. So, like, everything about her, like, in this episode was straight fire. And just, like, yo, she's pretty. She really is pretty. And she's, like, I'm excited to see more of her. In this episode, when we get introduced by her, like, Shido comes up there and says that, like, you know, we want to help you and everything. Like, please come back down, like, to Earth and make you happy and stuff. And something so interesting, Mukuro saying that she locked and sealed her heart, but she doesn't remember why she did that. Something I'm pretty sure, like, a broken heart or something like that. It has to be a broken heart. That's the only way that you would really want to close off your heart, you know, would be to lock it, like, seal and lock it. If your heart was broken by, like, maybe, like, betrayed by a lover, or betrayed by, like, somebody you cared so dearly about and stuff. So that seems like something that would be the biggest reason as to seal your own heart off, or something like that. And Shido's like, that's so sad. And it's like, you don't. I love Muko and her attitude, being like, you don't tell me how to be happy. Don't be hypocritical. If you seal me, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna guarantee to keep me safe? What about the other spirits? You're gonna put them in peril and stuff like that? Like, quit being hypocritical. I'm like, damn, she is hitting Shido hard with all this shit. And she's like, and he's like, you know what? She's kind of right. We know when he gets sent back, or not get sent back, because he was always on the Fraxness, saying that, like, you know, maybe it's fine with her, like, being up there and us not doing anything and whatnot. And, like, something that Kotori said to him, which is very true, is that, like, it's not just about you helping the spirits in general. That's the best way to seal their powers and whatnot, but it's the disasters that come after them, the spatial quakes, the destruction that comes after. That's the biggest reason. The secondary reason is you trying to help them. The first one is, like, protecting the Earth by helping them, which is, like, you know, Kotori is speaking some straight facts to Shido, you know. Like, Shido, like, he's trying to swing these girls to help the world and not just them, you know. And he kind of realized that at the end of that, which was very, very cool. And, like, also, quick thing that was really cool, what's her name, Ashcroft, who's apparently a British anti-spirit, part of the British anti-spirit team, base, or, like, branch, but she hates DEM. Like, I forgot to like, realize that DEM Industries and the anti-spirit, like, teams around the world are completely different. DEM is about that, like, kind of taking over, but the anti-spirits are just, like, for, like, protecting. Like, each country has their own, like, anti-spirit, like, group, or, like, organization or something like that. So that was, like, really interesting to see, like, Shido's, like, little sister talking about that, and talking about how Ashcroft is part of the British team, but for some reason she's working with Westcott, even though Ashcroft hates DEM Industries. I'm very interested to see where that is. Maybe that she actually possibly is into Isaac or something. That, like, you know, love is a very powerful thing that, like, it could take you over to the point of, you know, not going with the beliefs that you always had and everything, you know, like her hating DEM Industries and then still going with Westcott and what's going on. Or maybe like something happened with, you know, Ashcroft's family that happened with the spirit, so that's why like maybe she's so angry that like she would go to the lengths of you know, being with Isaac and DM Industries. Who knows? And also Shido's little sister said that like she's even like a lot more powerful and a lot more skilled in terms of being a wizard than herself, which is very interesting. So I'm interested to see where that storyline is, and I'm excited to see where everything with Mukuro goes. I'm very excited, like her like all of these abilities coming like, you know, closer and closer to like, you know, newer and newer spirits. Their powers are becoming like more and more like OP, like broken. Like, you know, you got like you got Toka in the beginning, obviously with those with like her, you know, Sandalphon, like her sword and everything. Which at the end of this episode, like close to the end of this episode, bro, like the way that like Elliot Woodman talked about falling in love, and I'm gonna talk about that later. I love it so much. Which makes me like love Toka even more. Like she's the best girl. But yeah, seeing that was like very interesting. You know, Mukuro's abilities and stuff, fantastic and everything. The beginning was like hilarious and stuff. And seeing her like scrap with DEM Industries like they're nothing, calling them scrap metal, was fantastic. And like everything that Kotori told Shido was just very really hit close to home for Shido. They're like, yeah, you know what? I'm here to also save like the planet from all this stuff like happening. So that was really good to see. So yeah, all of that was great and whatnot. So then now let's get to Elliot. Elliot Woodman is the chairman of Ratatoskr, right? But a long time ago, 30 years ago, from what Nia is saying, that like she using Raziel 30 years ago, telling him or saying to him that like, you started DEM Industries 30 years ago, like saying like what are you trying to accomplish, right? And Elliot's dialogue was so good. Like I loved Elliot's dialogue in general. First of all, the voice actor, whoever, the voice actor for Elliot is phenomenal. Like the shakiness of the voice and the raspy and shakiness of his voice, absolutely phenomenal, showing that he's like not distraught, but like sounding like he's getting like old or older and stuff. So that was like really, really cool. And so it turns out from him, what he's talking about, that like, yes, I did start DEM Industries, and like, you know, and that organization has started all that with Westcott and Ellen. But then he met the Spirit of Origin, and she stole his heart away. And that's why he left with Ellen's actual little sister, which is very interesting. I knew the moment I saw her face that I was like, she's related to Ellen, 100%. And so we saw we saw, I believe her name's Karen, which is a bummer that her name's that, but Karen Mathers, looking real cute, obviously. She's the little sister and stuff. But obviously, but she looks a little older than Ellen, which is very interesting. But at the same time, it's probably because Ellen was has used so much magic on herself that it's kind of like de-aging or something like that. But like hearing Elliot talking about the Spirit of Origin and hearing how she immediately stole his heart away and fell in love with her, and Shido immediately thinking in his head, the moment Elliot was talking about that and falling in love and getting your heart stolen away, immediately he thinks of Toka. I'm telling you, like, she is the one he is in love with. Obviously, he's trying to swoon all of these spirits to help them out and to seal their power and to like help the world, but he is truly in love with Toka. There's no way that Elliot is talking about this stuff and then Shido immediately thinks of Toka and only her and saying like, no, it's not silly that you started like Ratatoskr because of you falling in love. It's silly. But and it's like, obviously everybody loves this series. I love this series too. It's a fun, like, enjoyable harem series and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's one of those harems that clearly it's going to be, I'm pretty sure at the end of the series, he's going to choose somebody. It's going to be Toka, and I'm very hyped and excited about it. Like, she stole his heart away. That's not a coincidence that they immediately show that. And no other spirits. He's clearly in love with Toka and nobody else. He very much cares for all the spirits and loves them, but he is not in love with them. He is in love with Toka. And oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That whole part was amazing. So then he's talking about how Elliot's talking about how he branched off and left with Karen Mathers, who's Ellen's younger sister, to start Ratatoskr to save all of them because he doesn't want to see them, like, all the spirits in pain and suffer, he's kind of like alluding to like the spirit of origin is like suffering or something like that, because of him saying that, like, I don't want to see any other spirit in pain or something. So the spirit of origin is in pain, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, then Shido's saying, no, it's not silly at all. It's not. Like, I can't get over the fact that, like, that he only, like, thought of Toka. I just love it. Toka is my favorite girl, and it's so good, and she's always, like, worried about him. All the spirits are always worried about Shido and stuff, but, like, at the end of the day, Shido is in love with Toka. This episode solidified it, and I have no care to argue with anybody about it and stuff, because there is no way that they are going to coincidentally just say that Elliot says, I fell in love, like, she stole my heart, and then Shido not only immediately thinks of Toka, but only thinks of Toka. Like, hello? Like, this is fantastic. I love everything about it. Oh yeah, and something also very, very important was Elliot saying, can I get a closer look at you, Shido? Or Itsuka. And looks at him and says, you really do look like that little boy. You really look like him. I know a massive spoiler, so I'm not gonna, I know a huge spoiler, which, like, you know, Date A Live is one of my favorite series of all time, and I got spoiled on pretty much the biggest thing on the planet when it comes to the series, so I'm not going to say anything at all for other people who are very much love this series. I will just say that dialogue right there about him saying you really do look like that boy, that kid from back then or whatever, is huge. And it's an absolute bummer that I was spoiled on this years ago. Like, it pissed me off. Somebody randomly said it on one of my Date A Live, like, videos and whatnot, and it pissed me off so much to the point where, like, for like almost a whole week I was angry about it. So I'm not going to say anything about it because I know a lot of you like this series, and I'm not going to spoil anything on it for you guys. But just know that's some important shit that Elliot said. This is such a good episode, and then them getting ready to go and help the space spirit, aka ZODIAC, which is a badass code name, aka MUKURO, which I'm so excited to see more of her. She's great. She's already great. I love the voice actress, but also, like, the accent that the voice actress puts on MUKURO, which is fantastic, and it's all fantastic, and I love it. And then at the end, when they're going to, like, escape, and Elliot's like, I'll, like, distract them or something like that, Isaac is on the he's on the ship, He's on Fraxinus, which is really cool that Fraxinus now has an AI, or like the AI can speak in Fraxinus, which is like Kotori says, like an upgraded Fraxinus, which is awesome. Excalibur, bro, or Excelsior? No, it's Excelsior. It's Excelsior. And I'm excited. I'm excited. Isaac's trying to get to Elliot. What's going on there? Like, he trapped all of like the spirits, including like Shido, in some not warp, but like some sort of like, you know, pit, darkness pit thing. So I wonder how they're gonna get out of that. And yeah, I'm excited. Like, the next episode is gonna be great, and I loved every single moment about this episode. It was such solid pacing and everything, and obviously the music is always fire, and then like, it's just, this episode is probably my favorite one out of all 4 episodes so far of season 4, and I love it. I loved all of it. It's just fantastic. So, but anyways, what did you guys think about the episode? Your thoughts about what I said and everything. If you liked the episode, leave down in the comments your thoughts about it, your thoughts about what I said about the episode and whatnot. Like the video if you did, like the video if you liked the episode, like the video if you liked anything I had to say and whatnot, like if you like me and everything. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theater discussion videos and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most important, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, right? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out, may the force be with you always. Plus, Ultra, Latom, and Toka. Toka's best girl. Toka's best girl. Fantastic. I love Shido and Toka so much. So good. But anyways, get excited for next episode. I'm ready and hyped and whatnot. Ready to see why Mukuro locked and sealed her heart completely. Love how she talks in third person also. It's freaking hilarious. But anyways, peace out, and I'll see you guys later.